With meteorologist Amy Sweezey.
All right, Andrea did get upgraded in the overnight hours. Hurricane hunters were up in here, found some pretty strong winds. So winds now at 60 miles per hour. Still at tropical storm status, but definitely intensifying a little bit and picking up forward speed. It's now moving to the north-northeast at about 13 miles per hour. I am still expecting Andrea to make landfall in the Big Bend area and then quickly move up the east coast and away from us here in central Florida. So the threat from this storm is really only for today. One threat this morning, another threat will be later tonight. You can kind of see that there's two things going on. There's this initial band of red that you see in central Florida. That's the threat for tornadoes this morning. There is a second line back close to the center of the storm that will be rolling through here this evening. So in between these two areas, we'll actually get a little bit of a break for a while from the rain. We'll still have clouds and showers, but the threat for severe weather will take a break for a short time today. Here is the heavy rain right now, right along the turnpike, stretching from Marion County all the way down into Osceola, and of course that includes the metro Orlando area. We had some rotation inside these when they were down to the south of us, not picking up any right now, but this is the reason we have the tornado watch, because at any moment we could get some rotation spotted inside these rain-wrapped areas. So that's what we need to watch. Winter Park 642, this line of heavy rain is headed your way. Fern Park at 646, into Castleberry at 10 minutes before 7, and then into Winter Springs at 6:54. The rain is moving very quickly and showers are impacting all of central Florida. Our tornado watch is in effect until 11 o'clock.
Meteorologist Amy Sweezey.
It's going to be a couple of hours, but as soon as we do start to get some sun, that will help this fog to lift out of the area. We will end up with sun and a really beautiful day. But right now we do have some patches. See the dark spots on the map here? Marion County down into Lake and Sumter. It's very, very patchy. Same thing down into Polk. Really the densest of the fog is down in South Florida, but here in central Florida, especially along I-75 in our inland areas, we do have reduced visibility. Where you see the whites and the grays, that's visibility down to less than a half mile, and in some spots in Marion County, even less than a quarter of a mile, stretching down to where the turnpike meets up with I-75 in Sumter County, also over near the Villages. Polk County now under a dense fog advisory through sunrise, but once we get past 8 o'clock, the fog lifts, we get some sun, and our temperatures climb. We'll head to 82 in Orlando today, and at the coast, we'll be in the upper 70s.
Amy.
It is definitely. My lawn is just so happy right now. I know it's a bummer to have all this rain, but April is one of our dry months, so it's kind of a nice welcome treat to actually end the month on a bit of a soggy note. Now, we do have some rain that's happening right now. In fact, not only rain, but even some thunderstorms that we've been watching. They were over toward Tampa, and they've been spilling over into central Florida. So downtown Orlando seeing some showers. This may slow you down a little bit this morning, so allow yourself some extra time. Make sure you have the umbrella with you. The rain, unfortunately, is only going to be during the morning commute, so the timing not so great. Once you get to work and school and get inside the building, the rain's going to come to an end, but only for a while, because we'll have it come back again and redevelop this afternoon. We do have some rain right now. Seminole County, Orange County, pretty much all of Orange County getting at least some light rain. The yellow, of course, the more moderate showers in the Apopka area up towards Zellwood and Mount Plymouth, down in the Ocoee area, Winter Garden, stretching back along 50, along the turnpike, I-75 into the Claremont area, South Claremont, down into Mascot. We're talking about Sumter County and Lake County seeing these showers and a few embedded thunderstorms. Not big strong storms like last night, except for right in the Lakeland area. We have this huge cluster of lightning here south of I-4 in Polk County. That's going to be heading over toward Winter Haven, Lake Alfred, eventually up into Haines City, and weaken a bit as it gets closer to Osceola County and Orange County. But you can see how Futurecast continues to show just some areas of rain and a whole lot of clouds through about 9 o'clock. Then all the rain comes to an end, but only for a little bit, because then later this afternoon we will get more showers and storms developing that will hang out into the evening hours, and in fact even past sunset tonight we'll continue to see some areas of rain like we did last night. Temperatures today still climbing into the mid-80s. That break from the rain will allow those numbers to head up, so we'll make it to 85 in Orlando, 83 in Melbourne, and 84 is where we're headed at Daytona Beach. Now when you look at the 7-day forecast, you'll see, I know it looks a bit like the rainy season. I don't think we're quite there yet. I do think we'll start to dry back out again next week, but we do have afternoon showers and storms again on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then into the weekend our chance for rain will head down just slightly. Of course, it
donut.
Not a banana.
No, absolutely not.
All right, we've got some rain this morning. It's just a little bit of rain. I do want to start with this really wide picture because you see that big blob of clouds way down at the bottom of your TV screen? That is Tropical Storm Sandy. Look at the circulation wrapping around this storm. We've got Sandy to our south, big ridge of high pressure to our north, and all of these winds just rolling in kind of around this. And that is what's sending those few little showers into central Florida today, tomorrow. By the time we get to Friday, this tropical storm will be all the way up next to us and we'll be feeling some even bigger impacts. But we're just getting going with the rain today. We've had the breezy wind so far this week. Now today we get the wind and a couple of showers rolling in on those gusty winds. You can see them moving now from east to west, Brevard over into Orange, down into Osceola and Polk. Just a few pockets, but this is just going to continue all throughout the day today. In fact, you can see on Futurecast once we get to 7:30 this morning, so in about an hour, we'll start to see that rain off to the north as well, not just to the south. And then notice how everything just kind of goes east to west, on and off through the afternoon into the evening and continuing even into the late night tonight and all day tomorrow. So it won't be huge amounts of rain and it's not going to be all day. It will just be brief from time to time, but we do have the possibility of some of that much needed rain today and tomorrow. 85 in Cocoa and Palm Bay. In between the rain showers, we'll get some sunshine. Our temperatures will climb. We'll make it to 85 in Eustis and Mount Dora and 86 in Lake Wales. Here is Sandy. We'll get the quick showers with the seas building tomorrow. And then as Sandy gets its closest to us by Friday, that's when we'll have the biggest impacts with the surf, possibly some beach erosion and a better chance for rain once we get to Friday as well. So today, just a few coastal showers this morning, although some of them are working their way over all the way into Osceola and Polk counties. The brief showers will continue through the day. Same thing tomorrow. Chance for rain about 20%. It will be breezy, windy on Friday with a better chance for rain. And then our next cold front comes through once Sandy heads out. That could bring us just a little bit of rain early on Saturday. Otherwise, we will dry out just in time for the weekend. Lots of sunshine, lower humidity, and some cooler temperatures.
Yes, here's First Alert meteorologist Amy Sweezey.
The center of Sandy is very near Abaco Island, about 15 miles away, and it's even kind of hard to see because the storm is not very organized, if you will. The winds are at 80 miles per hour, so it's still a hurricane, but the center of the storm is right around here, and all of the showers and storms are kind of on the north side of this, and the wind field is starting to broaden out. So we're now starting to feel those hurricane force winds about 35 miles or so from the center of the storm. As it moves closer to us during the day today, it will get about 175 miles or so off our coast through the afternoon and evening. So tonight, that's when we'll really start to feel the greatest impacts, especially at our coast. We are already breezy though. In fact, in Melbourne, we had a wind gust up to 45, 46 miles per hour just within the last hour. And you can see these gusts even up to close to 30 miles per hour now at OIA, and they're just headed up from here. So there's the center of Sandy this afternoon. Again, about 175 miles or so from Brevard County, moving northwest closer to us for the next several hours. Then it will start to track to the north and then head to the northeast and pull away from us overnight tonight. But we'll definitely be feeling the impacts. We're already, of course, continuing to see those rain showers, although this little line of rain that moved through downtown Orlando falling apart a little bit as it makes its way along I-4 to the south. But look at this huge area of rain. That's the rain and the wind that Aixa was dealing with a few minutes ago. You saw her out there live at Cocoa Beach. Those showers headed right across I-95, but quickly make their way to the south and west. We'll talk more about what you can expect in your county later today, coming up in just a few minutes.
Monday morning. So, Amy, a really nice day ahead, huh?
Really is nice. We need rain so bad. The
Sure.
pollen is killing me.
Yeah.
All of us,
Allergies.
all of us.
Oh, yes, everybody's complaining about it. So we need some rain. It's been very dry. So we have some on the way. Not today, but at least this week we should get a really good soaking. Here is what's going on right now. It's a little hazy, but we've got lots of sunshine. We've had a couple of pockets of fog here and there. Overall, though, the sun is shining, the sky is clear, and temperatures are climbing. In Orlando, it is now 64 degrees. As the temperature climbs, the humidity levels will drop, so so it is going to be a dry afternoon. Now here is Daytona Beach. Look what happens with our temperatures. By the time we get to lunchtime, we will already be in the upper 70s approaching 80, and then our high today at Daytona Beach will be 80 degrees. There's a cold front off to our north, but it will stay north of us today, so it won't be impacting us with rain or with cold air. Instead, we'll just get a few scattered clouds later today as we start to heat up a bit, and then those warm breezy winds will come in out of the south and southwest, and that is what will bring our temperatures into the upper 70s and lower 80s. 80 at Daytona Beach, 83 Orlando and Kissimmee, 82 Leesburg and Ocala, and 81 will be our high in Melbourne. Now again tomorrow, we'll keep the cold front to our north along with the showers and storms, and we'll keep this ridge of high pressure drawing in that southwest breeze. So both today and tomorrow we will be quite warm in the lower 80s, but Wednesday is the day that we see some changes. A more significant cold front will slide down, and that will bring us some showers. Now the timing's still a little bit uncertain as far as when it's exactly going to get here on Wednesday, but the front will meander for a while and hang out. So I do think we'll have some rain on Wednesday and also likely see some on Thursday too. So keep checking back if you're making your plans for Valentine's Day on Thursday. We may still have some lingering showers into Thursday before we start to cool things down as the drier air filters in. So we'll keep fine-tuning the timing as it gets a little closer. 83 meanwhile today, mostly sunny skies expected. Tomorrow another warm day. I think we'll have a little more fog tomorrow morning than we did today. But otherwise it will be nice and warm, and then Wednesday and Thursday is when we'll likely see the showers with the cooler, drier air. We're back in the 70s as we head toward next weekend.